What is going on, guys? Theo here, back with another Marvel Strike Force video. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're going to be talking about the Nova Scourge, which is coming up, and I'm really excited about the Nova Scourge. However, I'm going to be telling you guys not to overinvest in your Scourge teams. We had the first Scourge teams last year. Basically, it was Young Avengers and it was Web Warriors and all that stuff, and I overinvested in all of them, and guess what? I'm barely using any of them today. So basically the whole point of this video is why you should not over invest in your Masters of Evil. Take them as high as you'd like. If you really want to push for the not the Death Scourge, the Nova Scourge, then yeah, push them all the way. And I think Quicksilvers are being used as well, so you could totally use Quicksilver, but don't over invest, guys. Take it slow, and I'm going to be telling you guys how you can do that in this video. And if you do like the video, please leave a like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and let's get into the intro. Alright guys, so we are here back with another Marvel Strike Force video. I am pulling up my Masters of Evil here, and as you can see, I just started building them up. My Kang the Conqueror obviously is super overpowered because in all of my videos I've been saying how broken he is, and I actually just took him to level 94 yesterday, and now I'm starting to build his ISO 8 level 4s. So yeah, just letting you know how much Kang is overpowered and all that good stuff. He'll probably carry within this whole Nova Scourge, so if you want to build him to the maximum, honestly, I highly recommend it. The others, however, I would say to not overinvest, guys. And what do I mean by that? Well, just wanted to show you guys here. My Rogue is 7 stars, and I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but here, let me show you my Young Avengers. My Rogue is 7 stars, and check out my Young Avengers, guys. That's right, I didn't build Kate Bishop, Echo, America Chavez, and Miles is for the Web Warriors. So how did I get a 7-star Rogue? Well, I basically did difficulty 7, got to about 500,000 points every single time for the required points to get the 100 shards for Rogue, and that's it. I did not end up pushing past node 5 for any of the nodes. I basically just did the first 4 nodes on difficulty 8 or difficulty 9 or whatever, got my 500,000 points, my 100 Rogue shards, and called it a day. So and I never invested in this team, and I have a 7-star Rogue today, and that's amazing. So with Nova being he's a Scourge type event, you don't have to overinvest in your Masters of Evil, guys. I know it's gonna be, if you basically probably already have them built, a lot of you guys anyway, because of Cosmic Crucible, and they're the Apex Cosmic Crucible team, but can't beat Room 5, but that's another story. I mean, they can beat Room 5, but it's like very, very, you have to have them super built up. But yeah, I don't plan to be taking these guys past level 80, gear tier 15. Only Ultron I took to 16 because I believe Ultron is worth it. I believe he's an excellent character. Titania, Moonstone, and especially Absorbing Man. Now, I've heard Absorbing Man is actually good in Arena right now on defense. I don't know how long that's gonna last for. I believe it's just a niche thing going on in Arena where people are using him to kind of throw people off. I don't know, he's got like a pre-taunt and you want him to hit Doom and stuff, but with that being said, I'm probably gonna skip him completely. I'm not even gonna build Absorbing Man, and here's why. I'm gonna be building Quicksilver instead, and honestly I recommend that over Absorbing Man to everybody. I think he is quite possibly one of the worst characters in the game. On the team, he usually just dies, and now that might be because of the lack of stars we've received on him. I actually have a 4-star somehow. I don't even know how, because I've never really pushed for him. But I don't know how many of you also have a 4-star out there. I don't assume a lot of you. Titania 4-star, Moonstone I only got a 3-star because I didn't push the Blitz event super hard because I just didn't really care about this team, and I still don't really care about this team. The only character I really cared about was Kang the Conqueror, as I've been saying 100 times in the videos that I've been posting. But you don't need to overinvest, guys. Again, you can also use X Factor too if you really, really, really need to. And honestly, it might even be worth it to just skip Masters of Evil if you already have X Factor built up. That way you can save your resources for other teams going on in the future, and then maybe you can, build the Nova team as high as you want. You'll get the 7-star over time is basically what I'm trying to say. The Scourges were brand new when they first got released last year, so everybody was super hyped up. They're like, oh, we need to build our Web Warriors super high. And actually the Morgan Le Fay Scourge was probably the hardest Scourge out of all of them. to complete. So I can understand why people really, built up their web warriors super high, and they were the raid team at the time, so there was double the value in that. So that was fine. Web warriors, they were a team back then that people built up all the way. Young Avengers were the meta as well, so I can understand that one as well. But when I came back to the game, I had other things to focus on. I had my raid teams I had to build up, like Web Warriors and Bionic Avengers and all that stuff. I had to build up my Horseman teams and all that stuff. So if you're an endgame player already, sure, build up whatever team you want. This is really for the players who, have to focus on multiple teams right now. Masters of Evil might not be a great team. They are going to be a good team, but they might not be your priorities. There's other teams that might take priorities, like raid teams. If you don't like Cosmic Crucible that much, raid teams are going to be beneficial to you. The Horseman teams, if you're going for Apocalypse, those are going to be beneficial to you. They are a really good Cosmic Crucible team, I can't lie. I only use them for Wakandans though, because that's what Scopely wants us to do. Or I should I even say Scopely anymore? I think they got bought out. But, they're basically only being used for Wakandans, and that's a shame because I really want the option to use them on other teams, but unfortunately we were being forced to kind of use them on the Wakandans team, which is annoying. And I think they're even trying to do that with War now with Black Order, but that's another whole story for another video. But yeah, guys, I don't think it's worth it to build them up to like gear level 90, 95, gear tier 16, 17, all that stuff. I think you're going to be perfectly fine if you just build them up to gear tier 15, level 80. That's the basic point. That's like the lowest point that you can really build characters now, where it's not going to hurt it's not really going to hurt your inventory. Like right now I'm building Moonstone. I actually plan to take all of them to gear tier 15, level 80. So I'm not saying don't invest in them at all. I'm just saying you don't need to over invest in them. And at the moment, I'm done. I'm just waiting for gear pieces for my Apocalypse right now. As you can see, I'm missing some uniques for Morgan Le Fay, missing some uniques for Red Hulk and all that stuff. So to me, this is kind of just like a side project, and I'm kind of focusing on them on the side while I try and build my main characters that I want to take up to gear tier 17 and above. And again, I'm skipping Absorbing Man because I believe that Quicksilver is going to be better as a choice as a 5th member, to take in. Or I could even take in, a couple X Factor members as a SAC team, and then, or maybe even I could even put like Polaris to group them all together. I don't know. I could do some weird combos that might work out. I'm not trying to go for the highest score. I think I'm going to try and get about 1 million points, 1.5 on the Nova Scourge. And if I can get a 4-star Nova on the first run, I'm going to be happy. And you're going to get a 7-star eventually, guys. There's really no reason to rush. Like I said, look, you can see proof right here. I have a 7-star Rogue, and I did not build my Young Avengers in the slightest. I did build Squirrel Girl, sure, but Node 5 was so difficult without Young Avengers that I was never able to beat it within humans or whatever the other teams were. Like, my Squirrel Girl wasn't enough to carry me through that Rogue Scourge by herself, so I couldn't beat Node 5, and that's perfectly fine with me. I didn't really think that building Young Avengers at that point was worth it for me anymore, as they were already a couple months into the meta, and I came back and I was already too late. I couldn't build them, and I didn't have the characters either. I know they're farmable now, but they weren't farmable back when I started. So yeah, there's really no reason to overinvest in any of these characters, guys, especially Scourge teams. You can really kind of just get away with the bare minimum. Gear tier 15, level 80, that's good enough, guys. The only team that you're going to have to build up if you really want Archangel, which is the Death Seed team, you're going to have to build up the minions, unfortunately. Ravager, Bruiser, and all of them. I took them to gear tier 14, and that was enough for me. I really hated that I had to do this, actually. This is probably the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life, was take up these stupid minions that I hate. And I really, really hated it, and I really regret it. But unfortunately, they were required for node 1 and 2, so I wasn't able to get away with it like I did with the Rogue Scourge, so I unfortunately had to build them as high as I could, and I actually had to switch Ravager Bruiser from Skirmisher to Healer just so they would survive. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Just wanted to let you guys know that there's really no point in over-investing in these Scourge-based teams, as they're not going to get much use outside of the Scourge. Once you get the 7-star Nova, what are you going to do with those Scourge teams, right? They're going to be useless. Masters of Evil is not going to be useless as a team, but again, as you can see, Young Avengers are being slowly crept out of the meta. Web Warriors are completely gone. I don't know who was... Oh, Hero as... Hold on. Before I go, let me show you the fucking Hero as Guardians, guys. My Hero as Guardians. Hold on. I never built these guys either. Hero as Guardians. Where are they? Hero and then Ass Guardians. Where are they at? Where you at, my guys? Asgardians. Yeah. So I didn't build these guys at all. Actually, what I did, so this is how I scored big on the Red Hulk. I actually just took up Thor as massive as I could. This was a huge waste of an investment, honestly, because I barely get any use out of him now. But at the time, like I said, I even learned from my own lessons, because, you know, I don't get use out of Thor at all anymore. I actually took him into DD5 as well, and he was absolute garbage in there. He did absolutely nothing for me. But I used him with Hela, so it was a kind of a duo thing. Anyways, that's another story. But yeah, Hero Asgardians aren't even good anymore. You may as well just take in Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man, and like Hawkeye or something. I don't know. And what's his name? Thor. Obviously, you need Thor to score big on the Red Hulk. But yeah, guys, you don't need to overinvest in these teams. Just chill, relax, have fun, get your characters at 4 stars, get them at 3 stars. That's all you really need, guys. You don't need more than that. Don't overinvest. Just have fun. You know, take them up to gear tier 15. If you really want to score big on the Scourges and you enjoy the Scourges like that, by all means, ignore this whole video. I'm just trying to save people resources. That's my main goal for this channel, honestly. I try and give people the best advice they can to save resources, to play the most efficiently in the game. And if I can help anyone out even just a little bit, then I've done a good job. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll be posting a lot more Marvel Strike Force content in the future, and I very much appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me in these last couple of videos. All the subscribers, it's been an absolute pleasure to be making videos for you guys, and I plan to be doing that a lot more in the future. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Peace out.